What's up, everybody? Stacking Surfer here, coming to you from Southern California at the beach, no less. I mean, come on, how many stackers go down to the beach and film themselves talking to themselves with a lot of people around at the beach? I think I'm the first one, so that's cool. We'll go with it. Stacking Surfer. Make them your best friend. Balances in your bank and stack. So here's the deal. I am not going to talk doom and gloom here, because we're not there yet. We might get there soon, but we're not there yet. But I do think it's the time to prepare a little bit and be a little cautious. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you 5 tips today to help you prepare so that you don't get stuck in a situation like some of these people that banked with these 3 banks. And they went to go pull money out and there was no money there to pull out. And then they had to wait a whole weekend to find out if the government was gonna bail them out and help them. And lucky for them, it did happen. So that's good news for those guys. Maybe not so good for the taxpayer. Money's got to come from somewhere. We'll find out. But what I do want to share with you guys is some tips you can do so that you don't have to freak out over a weekend or a longer period of time should this happen to you. But before we get started with that, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. I'm going to be coming out with a lot of videos. If your own tips, please add those for the community. So let's get started. 5 of them, okay? 5 tips that I've come up with very quickly during a busy day, during my day job, right? This is kind of my after hours job and my side hustle. We'll talk about those in a future video. So first off, take a look at all those surfers out there. Those aren't birds, those are people. Number 1 tip, do not leave more than $250,000 or below $250,000 per account in a bank account, because there's a chance you may not get that money back. I've got friends that are financial advisors that have clients that bank with Silicon Valley Bank, and he told me that 97% of their clients had over $250,000. Many of them were startups, and those startups get large amounts of funding, and they need to put it somewhere, and that's where they were putting it. So that is an issue, guys. Don't do that. Now, if you don't have $250,000, follow this channel, because we're going to teach you. And when I say we, it's not just me. I'll be bringing guest speakers on and other guest speakers. I guess that is other guests. And teaching you guys principles of how to make extra money and to get out of the rat race. Second tip is to have multiple bank accounts. That way, if one bank has an issue, let's not even say about a failure, but let's just say a bank has a run on the bank where they shut down the ATMs, or there's a hack, or there is a cyber attack or something like that. Most likely it's not going to happen to the whole banking system. So if you have multiple bank accounts, more than 2, you've just made your odds better. So I'd recommend having anywhere from 2 to 5 bank accounts, depending on how much money you have. And keep one of those as a checking account. The rest of them could just be savings accounts where you've got money. Number 3 is invest in precious metals. Okay, that's what this channel's about, is about stacking gold and silver. So number 3 tip is get yourself some silver. Silver is great for bartering. It's also great for paying for your bills, your day-to-days. And there's many stores you can find that are coin shops. I don't recommend going to pawn shops. That'll gladly take your silver and exchange it for those green pieces of money, those green pieces of paper that we call money, and that'll allow you to buy groceries. Same with gold. Gold is going to be your wealth insurance, so gold is really good for maintaining your be a good store of value, but also maintaining your standard of living and wealth. So I recommend having gold as well. And we'll talk more in the future about how much you should have and what percentage of your wealth and how much silver is good to take care of your family. Number 3 is having cash at your house. All right? I'm sure a lot of you have cash in your wallet or purse. It's not a bad idea to have some cash at your house. All right? Don't advertise it to people. Same with the gold and silver. And get yourself a little fire bag or a little safe to put your gold and silver in, as well as your cash. Keep it safe from fire and other issues, theft. And anyway, I recommend having some cash on hand. For me, I'd probably have at least 2 weeks worth of bills. so that you feel pretty safe and secure in what you've got, and you could take care of things if it took 2 weeks to get more money out of the bank. But if you followed step number 2, you already have multiple bank accounts, so this is a little bit more of an issue if it were to happen to multiple banks, or if you just didn't want to run out and have to go to the ATM machine. What are we on here? Number 5, I think. Uh-oh, I hope I didn't screw that up. All right, so number 5. Let's talk about number 5. For me, I'm also my wife calls me a prepper. I don't think I'm that prepared. Personally, I think I need to do a much better job at it and have a long ways to go to learn. But I think it's always good to have some extra food and water on hand and supplies. Easiest way to do that is by going to one of the mega stores like a BJ's, Costco, or Sam's Club. Buy yourself some extra toilet paper and get yourself a bag of rice, 20-pound bag of rice, and a few other staples that you normally eat. Maybe some beans and other food. So you've got some emergency food. So if something crazy like an earthquake or some other natural disaster happens, you've got that on hand. And what do I say that? And how does it relate to banks? Well, let's just say electricity isn't working, or let's just say there's an issue with getting money out of the bank, right? Okay, you go to your silver, gold, or to your cash. I'd go with the cash first, personally. And you go down to the grocery store and you realize the grocery store is closed because there's an issue. Well, then you've got some food. So I would do that. I think that's something that would help and make you feel a little bit more comfortable. So anyway, what I'd love to hear from you guys is some comments down below. Let me know what you think about this video. Do you like watching a dude in a hat and a pair of sunglasses walking around by the beach? I don't know if you guys can see this. There's a ton of pelicans right here. That's a ton of pelicans. So let me know, what do you think? Do you like this video format? I've got a couple other formats that'll be coming out. So I will try to get a handful of videos every week out. I'm going to try to get a live stream every week as well. On my live streams, I'm going to be giving away silver. And there'll be an opportunity for you guys to win that. So if there's not very many people there, good on you. And I've been doing this for a while and I really enjoy it, and I want to give back to the community. And I also want to help change the way that we see money in this country. I've got a family, I've got kids in high school, and I made my daughters take personal finance because I think it's important. And it's an elective, it's not even like a real math class, right? It's like something that the kids that can't do regular math do. Well, I had my kids do it anyway because I think it's very important. And frankly, I probably could have taught the class better than the teacher did. But that's another thing. So I think it's important. What I'd like to do is I'd like to be able to work with us as a community and change it. And what do I mean by change? I'd like to see every household in this country of the United States of America with gold and silver in it. I'd like to see every state change their laws to allow people to use gold and silver, to buy, pay taxes, and I'd like to see income tax be taken away from this. There should be no reason why, if I hold a gold coin now and that value goes up because the government keeps printing more fiat money and drives the value of the dollar down and driving the value of gold and silver up, there is no reason I should be penalized for that. So I want to help change those laws as well. And I want to bring a lot of awareness to people. So a lot of my videos are going to be about helping people gain awareness and to get them starting to understand how fake our money is, how real gold and silver is, helping them understand the principles of inflation, self-governance, and self-banking, okay, or being your own bank is another term. So I'm going to help with that. And, you know, you might be asking, why is this guy walking around at the beach? And frankly, I'm in an office all day doing video calls with people. And I want to stand up. I don't want to be sitting any longer. And I also find it a little bit boring to be watching someone's hands holding a gold coin or a silver coin. Now, I'll show you some cool stuff from time to time. But I really want to make it more fun, more dynamic, and help you guys out with it. All right, so thank you for sticking around with me as I make this video and walk around on the beach. There will be some really fun videos that are coming in the future here. I've got a handful of different formats that I'm working on, and I'm going to test them out and see if they'll work for us. And if they do, I think we'll have some really fun videos that come out on a weekly basis. So until next time, keep stacking, have a wonderful day, and peace out.